Hey y'all, it's Tony. I am doing a video today that is long overdue. It's going to be regarding the reaction to my labor. I don't know what the title is going to say or what the thumbnail is going to say, but yeah, so pretty much this is just going to be a recap. Maybe that's what I'll name it. But it's a recap of what I went through off camera in the weeks leading, or actually just the week leading up to my birth, or my birthing experience, his birth. So I wrote some notes down. So if you see me looking down, that's why. I wrote down some notes of just the days leading up to me going into labor and what that was like, because I do feel like people don't really talk about that too much, and there's a lot of things that are left out when it comes to pregnancy overall. I'm a birth doula. I will probably leave my doula page link in the description, because after he is settled into his infancy, I am going to get back to attending births. And so yeah, I'm in the Houston area. I also service the Pearland area. So if you're watching this and you're in those areas and you need someone for your birth, or you have a relative that needs someone for their birth, then definitely have them hit me up. I do private clients, I take Medicaid, all that. So anyway, back to the video. And I'm gonna also try to put up some pictures from these dates. So the earliest date that I wrote something about was the 21st. So June 21st. He was born on the 29th, so keep that in mind. So on June 21st, that's when I posted, well, that's when I recorded the video of me on my medicine ball. And so leading up to the 21st, I had been bouncing on my medicine ball, you know, rolling my hips, making sure that I was making room for him. And all through my pregnancy, I was doing yoga and stretching and exercise, you know, squats and things like that. So that was nothing new, but incorporating the medicine ball was like a big leap, you know what I mean? Helping my hips to widen and just my birth canal to be prepared for him was very important to me, because I am a very small person. I'm tall, but I am skinny. So I just wanted to make sure my body is ready. Regardless of your body shape or build, you definitely need to prepare. And in my opinion, and now my experience, I do believe that the medicine ball definitely helps out with doing that. Around this time, my belly was still pretty, you know, like high up in my opinion, or just like normal. I didn't feel like he had dropped or anything, and in my head, I thought he was going to be overdue. His due date, based on my midwife, was on the 2nd of July. But when we got the anatomy scan, which is whenever you're like 20 weeks or so, the anatomy scan shows that basically the results had him being born on the 30th of June. So he was literally born a day before his due date. Let me fix my baby's arm before y'all start talking crap about me. Okay, so let me see. So on June 22nd, something, I don't know, something in me was like, start taking some pictures. I don't know why. So Gemini was mowing the lawn. I actually remember that. She was mowing the lawn, and I was like, I was gonna clean up and everything, which I did, but in the midst of cleaning up, I was like, I'm about to record some content. I'm about to take a picture in a bikini and all of that. So I did take some pictures in a bikini because I wanted to kind of show my belly and then show him afterwards, which I'll show y'all those pictures at the end. If you're watching the video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share your experience around the end of your pregnancy. I would love to hear y'all's advice. I mean, anyone who's watching this video could take from the comments. So go ahead and comment any advice you might have or any tips that you learned, because new moms, sometimes at the end of the pregnancy, a lot of new moms start researching like crazy, looking up YouTube, and YouTube is like the alternative to Google. Some people are visual learners, some people love to have just a video content instead of reading about things. And so yeah, a lot of people come to YouTube for advice. We all know this. If we're subscribing to people, or if you're watching this video, most likely you're one of those people. So leave some stuff in the comments, because it's very helpful for other people. I know I appreciated videos that spoke to me. Even though I'm a birth doula, I don't know everything. And so I was taking advice from my midwife, I was taking advice from other doulas, and I was taking advice from YouTube, like family members, whatever, because you have to be open-minded whenever you are going into this. It is truly a mindset thing. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on about that. So during this time, it was like we were just doing everything that we needed to do. And even though I felt like I was going to be overdue, I felt like I could go at least a week or two overdue. Like I really did. And I felt great my whole pregnancy. It felt so good. So I was like, yeah, he's comfortable. He's been head down for a long time now. And I just didn't feel like he was coming anytime soon. But we did take my last maternity pictures, and we did that right in time, man. We did that right in time. But we took those on, I believe it was like the 22nd. We took those pictures. We also cleaned the carpet. Well, I didn't clean the carpet. Gemini cleaned the carpet, and I watched her clean the carpet. We also went shopping for some last minute items that we needed, and just the regular stuff. All right, so then June 23rd, my mom came into town. I believe that's the right date, but she came in town either the 22nd or the 23rd, but I'm pretty sure it was the 23rd. She brought with her a rocking chair, and well, she watches the video, so we're using the rocking chair, Mama. Gemini put this together on the 25th. Are you hungry? Another thing that's crazy is that on the 23rd, I also took a picture of one of the baby shower cookies that we had from May. The 23rd is also the day that my mom noticed that I had a stretch mark coming in. And I guess that indicates that he was dropping, but in my opinion, I was like, I don't have no stretch marks. I didn't see that I had a stretch mark because I couldn't see the bottom of my belly, obviously. And Gemini could not see the stretch mark when she was looking at it. She said that it looked a little shiny, but it was like not very obvious. You okay, baby? You're sleepy. Then June 24th, we went to take my mom by the water. She said she felt like she needed to be by water, so we made that happen for her. And then we just did a few other things, spent some time with her. And on the 25th, I just felt compelled to like go outside and just pray in the sun. Like just pray, rub my belly, and just give thanks and just pray for a safe delivery. During my pregnancy, I was making sure to go outside multiple times a day, walk, or at least if I'm home working, I was going outside during my breaks so that I could get some sun and some fresh air, do some breath work, grounding, and just enjoying those last days of him in my belly while I'm about to transition into this new lifestyle, this new part of me, you know what I mean? Like it's a big step, and I could have been pregnant for 3 years with him. Like, it was so comfortable for me. I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed my pregnancy. I would never complain about my pregnancy. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. This is also the day that I was at my desk working, and I could see his pulse through my belly. Literally. I'm gonna show y'all. I thought that was so cool. I didn't know. I guess it's because his back was against my belly, but I could see his pulse so good, and it was just so. It was like, wow, this is a living thing inside of me. I've created. Like, wow. Then on the 26th, I did this funny video, which I might put out on TikTok. So if you haven't already, go follow us on TikTok. We post content that we don't post on our YouTube. So go to our description box and make sure you click that link so that you can follow us on TikTok. Thank you. On the 26th, we also had our last midwife video, which was pretty cool. She was just basically checking up on me for the last time before I had him. Potentially the last time, because we did schedule another follow-up because we were like, okay, he's due anytime now, but we need to follow up just in case he is overdue. And so we were doing weekly visits at that point. But she was like, we could probably, see you in a couple of days. We didn't know it was gonna be super, super soon, but yeah. Then on the 27th, sorry, baby. Then on the 27th, I officially started having Braxton Hicks. From 2 p.m. to 7 a.m. on the 27th, I was having Braxton Hicks, and they weren't really intense at all. Y'all, I said 2 p.m. to 7 a.m. That's a long time. No, I meant to say 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. They were 5 to 7 minutes apart, 30 seconds long, and they kind of just felt like period cramps. Now, we text our midwife and asked her just about it, just in case. I was pretty positive that it was Braxton Hicks, but like I said, I never have been actually pregnant. I've been a birth doula, and so I know what they can be like, but I don't know what they can feel like from experience, you know what I mean? Well, I do now, but we did text her, and she was like, well, sometimes that can happen if you get a little friendly. And we were like, oh, okay, that's what it was. But that same day at 7 p.m., they started again, and they didn't stop. So I was up literally all night that night, on and off, struggling, y'all, struggling. It was so painful. And I think, well, not so painful, but it was like intense. It was intense. But I remember being asleep, and I was like, like when it was happening. I remember them like waking me up. At 5 a.m., Gemini texted our midwife, just letting her know what's going on and letting her know that I feel like they're real contractions, like, because they were getting intense and they were getting up to like a minute long. I believe they were like consistently like 4 or 5 minutes apart, or 4 to 6 minutes apart, and they lasted for a minute, up to a minute every time. So 8:30 that day, we did meet at the birthing center just to do a cervical exam and figure out if, how far dilated I was. And I believe I was at a 3 at the time. Okay, so the update is I am dilated to a 3 centimeters. I'm not dilated enough to be admitted just yet, so I'm gonna spend today working him down. Yeah, so she wasn't able to admit me until I was 6 centimeters dilated. So what we did was we went home. I think we came home and changed clothes, and I think we actually took a nap, and then I got up, ate some watermelon, hydrated myself some, and started bouncing on my medicine ball some more. And then we got up and went to this trail that we love to go to, the one that y'all always see us at. And we walked up an incline over and over again. And I did some squats, some deep squats. Y'all seen those squats that I was doing on the birth vlog. If you haven't watched the birth vlog, go watch it. It was a journey, but so worth watching. It's so educational, and it's just a great experience. So if you like things about birth, pregnancy, about just family love, support, watch that video. I loved it. And if you have made it to this point in the video, make sure that you like the video, subscribe, leave me a comment, talk to me in the audience. I want to know where y'all are watching from and just what your experience was like. So yeah, I was pretty much just laboring him down, and Gemini was such a big support this whole time because it truly helped whenever I was doing the squats to have her there as a support. And the contractions were coming, I think, with like every 3 or 4 minutes at that point. So it was definitely a struggle to get through the squats and walk and all that stuff. But I wanted to make sure that I labored. Like, one of my biggest things was making sure that I labored at home as much as possible. I did not want to go to the birthing center until I felt like I could not take it anymore, and I needed to be there so that I could, give birth to him. I was not trying to go early, so I was doing as much as possible to labor him down, and I didn't want, because I was not going to a hospital to give birth. That was not on my agenda. And even though I know things don't always go as planned, and some mamas have to go to the hospital, because of an emergency, I didn't want that to happen to me. I had a great pregnancy. My health was intact, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give birth to him the way that I want to give birth to him, and in order to do that, I have to do the things to prepare my body. So then we went to go get something to eat, and I used to work at this restaurant that has this oil-based sauce for a pasta that a lot of women, when were pregnant, would come to the restaurant to get that specifically because it's known to induce labor. I didn't want to induce my labor too quickly, but I did feel like I was at that point. You know what I mean? I truly knew that it was time. And being that I was already 3 centimeters, I knew he was gonna come within the next 24 hours. So ladies, I, as a birth doula, do not recommend you to use anything that is going to unnaturally induce your labor. I will just let your body do the work. If you need to labor down, then Google or YouTube some videos on how to do that without taking supplements to do it, or castor oil or things like that. So we ate, and by 7:30, I lost my mucus plug. The contractions at this point had gotten so much more intense, and I needed to go use the restroom. And so I went to use the restroom like regular, and then I stood up, and it was just there. And it's so surreal because you think about, like, what is my labor and delivery gonna look like? You don't know if your water's gonna break and gush all over the floor while you're in a public place. You don't know if you're gonna be in bed and your water breaks. You don't know if your mucus plug is gonna come out and or if they're going to have to induce you. You don't know what's going to happen. And so I was thinking, okay, my water might break. No, my water didn't break. I gave birth to him a few hours or a couple hours after I had my midwife break my water, which maybe I'll do a video about that or like a short or something. I don't know. Be on the lookout because I am going to make this a series. So by 7:50, we did call the midwife to let her know, and she was like, "Okay, do you feel like you can labor, some more at home, or what do you think?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try to labor him. I'm gonna try to labor some more at home." We hung up, and by 8:30, or by 8:30, I was like, "I gotta go." Like it was very, very intense by then. It was time. We headed to the birthing center, and y'all saw that clip. She checked my cervix, and it was 6 to 7 centimeters. We did not record the rest of it until I was actually starting to push. My intention was to record the whole way through, and I'm telling you right now, when you are in labor, you are not thinking about no camera. I was thinking about it, like I would every once in a while be like look at it, or I'll be like, "Babe, is the camera there?" Da, da, da. But I'm not trying to sit up here and set up no camera whenever I'm having contractions every 2-3 minutes that feel so intense. No, ma'am, I was not. No, no, no. So anyway, I'm going to do another video, a part of this series. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you have your notifications turned on. It's going to be a video regarding what happened from the time that we got to the birthing center to the time that I actually got in the tub and started pushing. If you have watched this video to this point and you have not liked the video, why? Like the video, subscribe, and comment. We love y'all, and we'll talk to y'all later.